the trucking industry is sounding the alarm about a driver shortage ahead of a mandatory vaccination deadline. As of this Saturday, transport truck drivers entering Canada from the U.S. must be vaccinated or they'll be turned away. The Canadian Trucking Alliance says the mandate could force 16,000 drivers off the road. The federal government, however, believes that only 8,000 drivers will be impacted. For more on this, let's bring in Stephen Lakowski, president of the Ontario Trucking Association. Stephen, great to have you back on the show with us. Let's talk about this issue. If Ottawa doesn't change this mandatory vaccination policy, could we be looking at a pretty disastrous domino effect from a food supply shortage to more expensive groceries?
So, Jennifer, what will happen, and already is happening, is the supply chain is adjusting to having less drivers. We already don't have enough drivers. So what is happening is there's coming to be a prioritization within our membership towards their customers, and customers being more aggressive, that can be more aggressive in acquiring truck transportation to go across the Canada-U.S. border, and others who cannot be as aggressive will find it more challenging moving their product.
All right, and let's talk about the shortage. You believe that 18,000 drivers will be forced out of the job. Ottawa is saying only 8,000. Why the discrepancy?
So, whether it's 8,000 or 16,000, Jennifer, it's a big impact on the Canada-U.S. supply chain. I can give you how we arrived at our numbers. We surveyed our membership, which is over 5,000 people, 5,000 members, across the country, focusing on our boards of directors. And what we found is that our membership is no different than the Canadian population. So the national average of vaccinations is around 85, 86%, and that's where a lot of trucking companies are. There are a number who are at 90, many who are at 100%, but we're a reflection of Canadian society. And so what we expect is that trucking companies in certain regions who have vaccination rates below the national average will indeed be in that 15%. So the number that you see at 16,000 people leaving our industry is at 15%, which is an 85% vaccination rate.
Yeah,
so that's one of the things.
Sorry, go ahead, Stephen.
No, I just want to leave the point that there isn't the vast majority of our membership in the trucking industry are vaccinated. As the good doctor said just prior to me, there is a certain percentage, a smaller percentage in Canada and a smaller percentage in our industry who has vaccine hesitancy, and we're continuing to work with that group. But in the meantime, come Saturday, there will be a significant departure of those individuals from the north-south border.
Yeah, and potentially this could cause a major disruption in U.S.-Canada trade for the first time during this pandemic. Stephen, I'm afraid we're out of time, but as we know, truck drivers, they spend most of the time in their vehicles. They work alone. So very quickly, one-word answer, do you think they need to be vaccinated?
Well, of course. We're working with the government of Canada to increase that vaccination. But as the doctor said, we don't expect our country to ever get at 100%. And that's reflective of our industry as well. So we need to work, we need to continue to educate and move forward.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Stephen.
Thank you very much, Jennifer.
Take care.